Professor Lancaster's Rules of History. Rule number 2, history is constantly changing.
By some cruel cosmic joke or bureaucratic prank from the Ministry of Miseducation, many people still believe that history is dead. It's a lifeless, sepia-toned scroll of expired empires, powdered wigs, and sanitized bullet points. That's flaming freshly shoveled, policy-approved horse crap. History isn't some petrified relic in a glass case. It's a living beast, twitching beneath the surface of our delusions, snarling when we try to pin it down with neat narratives. This dynamic nature of history should pique your curiosity and keep your mind open to new interpretations. History is constantly changing, and if that terrifies you, good. It should be because nothing is more dangerous than a static past in the hands of people who want to sell you a myth. For centuries, we've been spoon-fed a comforting bedtime story. Noble Greeks, rational Enlightenment men, and glorious industrial titans who brought us Wi-Fi and wage gaps. But if you put down the textbook and pick up a magnifying glass or a Molotov cocktail, you'll see something else. Contradiction, corruption, chaos, and yes, progress. But the messy kind, born kicking and screaming, not from divine genius, but human error. Take the fall of Rome, 476 CE. The classic narrative says it crashed. But modern historians like Peter Brown argue that the so-called fall was less of an explosion and more of a rebranding. Rome didn't collapse. It just changed. The Roman world bled into the early Middle Ages. The barbarians didn't just sack and burn, they borrowed, blended, and built. So the next time someone tells you Western Civ fell, ask them if they've ever tried rebooting an empire. It's never just an off switch. Or take the Crusades, those oh-so-holy killing sprees dressed up in divine righteousness. We used to paint them as grand pilgrimages, sword-swinging tours of redemption. But peel back the chainmail, and you find a mess of economic greed, religious bloodlust, and cross-cultural carnage. From the Muslim, Jewish, and Eastern Christian perspectives, the Crusades were less about salvation and more about invasion with a halo. And no, reevaluating this doesn't make you anti-Western, it makes you capable of nuance, a rare and dangerous thing in the age of outrage. And then we have the Enlightenment. Oh, sweet reason and glorious liberty. This era strutted onto the stage like a philosopher in a powdered wig, handing out constitutions like party favors. And yes, it gave us dazzling ideas, democracy, secularism, and individual rights. But let's not ignore the fine print. Many Enlightenment thinkers championed freedom with one hand and justified empire with the other. They talked about equality while women and enslaved people listened from the back of the room, if they were invited at all. Enlightenment it absolutely was. But let's remember, even a candle casts a shadow. Now to the smoke-belching carnival of the Industrial Revolution. Cue the steam whistles and soot-stained dreams. It's the age that gave us locomotives, light bulbs, and Karl Marx. We revere inventors like James Watt and economic prophets like Adam Smith. Still, we often forget the human meat grinder behind the gears, child labor, ecological ruin, and the birth of soul-crushing bureaucracy. Capitalism lifted many, sure. But it also trampled many more, grinding bodies into profit margins. A triumph and a tragedy. So why should any of this matter to us, modern citizens trapped in a world of algorithms, identity crises, and overpriced oat milk? Because if you treat history as fixed, you forfeit your right to see the system. What are the exact mechanisms that drove Rome, justified crusades, birthed liberty, and mechanized misery? They're still here, humming beneath the headlines, nestled in your newsfeed, codified in your constitution. For instance, the concept of empire and conquest still influences modern geopolitics. The legacy of the Enlightenment shapes our understanding of individual rights, and the Industrial Revolution's impact on labor and the environment is still felt today. History is not a blueprint, it's a mirror, and it's got blood under its fingernails. Don't get it twisted. Saying history changes isn't an excuse to rewrite facts like a political intern on a bender. The truth doesn't change, but how we understand it must. As new voices claw into the spotlight, buried documents, unspoken traumas, and long-silenced people demand their due, we get a clearer, messier, more honest picture. That's why studying Western civilization today isn't about lionizing the past. It's about interrogating it, debating it, and challenging it. It's about taking the dusty bones of empire, enlightenment, and industry and asking, do these still serve us, or are we just afraid to let them go? We empower ourselves to shape a more thoughtful future by challenging these narratives. In the end, history isn't a tomb. It's a battlefield, a courtroom, a therapy session. And if we dare to face it, not just its triumphs, but its failures, hypocrisies, and unvarnished truths, we might find a future worth marching toward. Light the torch, burn the myth. History is alive, and it's not done with us yet.
You've been listening to a portion of the RPTM podcast. We hope we made you laugh, but more importantly, we hope we made you cry. If you found this episode engaging, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our upcoming thought-provoking discussions.